We just want to go have fun, goof off, play some amazing places.
And take Ken's money.
Whoa.
Your passion took you from your kitchen to Main Street. And now you need a bank with just the right ingredients. Open an American Express business checking account and earn membership rewards points. Save more with no monthly fees and get around-the-clock support, so you can focus on what you do best: creating masterpieces. Get down.
It's time to bring healthcare data into focus with AI-driven analytics and insights.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Happy Memorial Day to you all. Let me make sure. Okay, my microphone is not working. I'll play the music while we're still waiting for the microphone. Okay, I'll play the music. Testing 1, 2. Okay, I think we're good to go. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. A little technical glitches there, but we made it work. All right. I'm indulging in another can of soda here while I'm doing this. It's the first time we're rebranding. We're doing a few things. We're changing some things around. So welcome back. Let me first of all do a quick shout out to all my people in the chat. I see Tonya. I see Chidima. Chidima, good to see you. Thank you for being here. And the 2 other people that are watching live right now. So we're just getting things started again. And yeah, it's going to be up and up from here. So welcome back. Shout out to all the sponsors, all the supporters over the years. This platform in October will be 4 years old. Okay, so we're trying to do some work now. We're trying to step up our game a little bit. I got a little bit lazy, but it's okay. We're back to it now. All right. In that time, we've done quite some numbers. I want to say shout out to quite a few people that I really want to appreciate. Chidima, thank you so much. Tonya, thank you so much. Inya, Natu, Marriott, you know, you guys are the best. You're always supporting. I know you get value from here, but also it goes without saying. I want to say thank you for being loyal to the platform and always supporting in any way you can. Okay, and I want to say shout out to all battalions of the clients, people that don't really chat. It's a lot of them. They don't chat, but they come behind the scenes. They book time, they book sessions and all that kind of stuff. I want to say thank you to all those people too, because honestly, even while I'm lazy with the YouTube stuff, they keep me going because, you know, this is advertising, but also is encouraging to know that people are actually getting the much needed impact. All right. So I don't plan to quit. I will not quit. All right. I will not quit. But welcome back. Sometimes we do get a little burnout with this thing, so it is what it is. But in that lifetime, in that 4 years lifetime, we launched this platform on October 18, 2021. In that lifetime, we've done about 993,000 views. So we're about 7,000 views shy of 1 million. Over 140 hours of watch time. Over 6,000 subscribers. Shout out to you guys, all of you. In revenue, over $7,000 in direct revenue just from ads and super chats and things like that. So all of it is highly, highly, highly appreciated. Thank you so much. All right. Now we're changing gears a little bit. Okay, we're gonna take things up a little bit. All right, we're changing things up. It's time to step it up. We're going to the next level, if you will. All right, and how are we going to do that? Well, first of all, I'm going to make it a little bit more all-inclusive. Yes, we're still extracting life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. So I'll bring you up to speed. We'll learn some lessons. We're not here to gossip. We're here to take lessons. I will touch on politics. I'll touch on power. I'll touch on relationships. I'll touch on new technology. I'll touch on money. So you're going to see some changes as we go, but we're going to stay through. We're going to stay true. We're going to stay true to our core. Okay, we plan to do that. All right. The reality is that the algorithms have been able to pinpoint a certain tone, a certain audience type, so we're going to stay serving those people. So whatever we do, even if we're testing different things, we'll stay true and stay loyal to our purpose here. Okay. All right, so let me see here. Just making sure that I shut down anything running in the background here. There you go. All right, great. But welcome back. So we're gonna do midday. It's gonna be 12 noon every day now. Okay, it's gonna be 12 noon. So let me do a quick announcement before we get into the stories, the trendy stories of the day. All right, we're gonna do 12 noon Eastern Standard Time every day. Okay, as long as I'm not on client site. If you guys don't already know, I am a consultant and a coach, a trainer. I am certified in so many different things I can't start mentioning. My original background is engineering, computer engineering, and engineering management. I'm certified. I'm a certified PMP. I'm a certified product owner, what else? Product management, Safe, Scrum, all of that. And even in more recent times, I've at least another 5 different certifications in AI. So I'm a very, very busy guy behind the scenes. So sometimes I'm a consultant, so I have to be on client sites sometimes. Also healthcare. Sometimes you probably have seen me dress up in scrubs because I'm consulting with, physicians in a surgical environment. So I do quite a few things. Okay. So, but it's like half and half. Sometimes I'm on site, sometimes I'm not on site. If I'm not on site, I'll definitely be right here with you live 12 noon, Monday through Friday. Okay. And if I'm on site, I will tape and make sure we're dropping videos. Okay. I will probably tape later on in the evening or, some off time. So, but I won't mess with you guys' time, but I will still drop videos. Okay. So just keep that at the back of your mind. So now we're going to step it up and take it to the next level. There's one small favor you can do for me. Okay. Every time you see me in the feed, make sure you're sharing. Okay. I don't have to teach you to watch. Okay. Of course, you will only watch things that are valuable to you, but I want you to at least do me that favor. Make sure you're sharing, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. If you're not getting notification, you need to train it. Okay. There's too many things in the feed. So you have to train the algorithms to show you our notifications. Okay. So just keep that at the back of your mind. All right. So now let's dive in. Again, this is Man of Prestige over here. We call ourselves. If you're watching this, you're now officially part of the Prestige family. Okay. And I appreciate you for being here. And what we do is we extract life and relationship lessons from trendy topics. And we do so from a self-power, social seduction, attraction, emotional intelligence standpoint. And now my wife and I, we've written a few books. Okay. And you can download them, about 5 books, but I'm only promoting about 3 of them right now. So you can grab all of them. Okay. Actually, I'm going to make sure I had this one on top of it. This one is a really good one. Real Estate Money Secret. I wrote this one in 2019. We wrote this one. My wife and I wrote this one, number 1 red flag, in 2023 or 2. I forgot. I got to keep up. I think it's 23. Then we wrote this one in 2018, Get My Marriage Back. And one other book that I need to make mention of is you can download them all for free just by going to manofprestige.com. Okay, I'll make sure I update with the last one. I forgot to update. So it's digital marketing certified. All right. So these are the kind of stuff I spent the last 20 years of my professional life doing. So I've written books about them. So you can download them all from manofprestige.com. I have to update with the Real Estate Money Secret one. So yeah, I have to update that one. So we'll do so by the end of the show. All right, so What else? What else? What else? Hey, shout out to all the sponsors. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. So we kind of set goals every month or so, you know. Even without doing much live shows this month, you guys have been supporting. So $99.72. Our goal is $113.50. So thank you for that. And also you can support if you don't want to give 30% of the money to YouTube and another 30% to Apple, by the way. When you WhatsApp, you can use any of these resources. But I also appreciate the super chat because they show to everybody and inspires everybody else to also support. So I'm okay. Whichever way you're more comfortable, that's fine with me. So hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. We're going to jump right into the first story of the day. I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back, guys. Let's listen to this video.
It's not fun. As a divorcee, when you go your separate ways as a woman, the guy can have many women, but as for you, especially if you have children, every Dick and Harry will want to come and pitch their tents in your house because now they know that you have children, you don't have a husband anymore, so they can now be dumping their nonsense on you. Because when I got divorced, this was one of the things that made me to say, Lord, I messed up. I know I've messed up, but you have to be merciful to me. You have to give me another chance. Because when I look at, I was single. I was a single parent for 2 years. 2 years after divorce, I was single. And I can tell you, the kind of men that was talking to me, approaching me, because I'm a divorcee. They were men that on a good day, they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And it's because I have now been titled as a divorcee. Yeah. Oh, now, especially in an African setting.
It looks like they're doing you a favor also. But
Exactly. That's where you start to pay for their fuel for their car. You buy them food. They come to your house. They use your internet. They use everything. And at the end of the day, they get down with you, and then they use you as a bus stop that they can come and go. I don't think people realize the pain that it takes away your sanity when especially oh God, this is why I don't understand why somebody will be a divorcee and will want to be a side chick to a married man. Because this married man will come, do everything that he has to do with you, then go back to his wife. You're still left alone.
Yeah, but it's only a married man that's going to come to a divorcee. A young guy that's never been married before, in most cases, if he's serious mind, is a responsible man, he will not go to a divorcee. A lot of young guys are out there looking for husbands.
And there are also, let me correct that a little bit. There are young ones who prefer to have someone who has children and who was once married because they consider them to be experienced and mature.
Yeah, but in rare cases.
In rare cases, yeah.
Not like the way ladies are painting it out there, like, once you divorce your husband, you just come out, you just get another husband, the young guy.
Oh, all this is based on ignorance. Because if you have never been there, you will never know what the people that have been there are going through.
Yeah.
And if you have been there and you're giving advice to the young ones who have never been there, then you're damaging them. Because you should be able to tell them the lonely nights, the time when you come home from work and nobody to help you to attend to your children. You have to do this, take care of the children, you have to take care of the bills, you have to take care all those things. You're not adding them together to let them know that, listen, yeah, the guy may be promiscuous, he may be ladies' man, but if he step out, if you ever leave that marriage, these are the things that you need to be prepared for. Are you willing to do this? Because if you don't prepare for it, it will break you, and you will be, man. It's not that easy to get a relationship like that, especially a serious one that will actually honor you, take care of you, and people these days, really, let me be truthful. People these days don't want to take on somebody else's old baggage.
Ladies out there, take this advice from Lady Ola at 58.
All right. So, wow, she said a lot. What stands out for you? Marriott, welcome. What stands out for you in everything she said? Okay. Well, apparently she, this whole thing went viral a few days ago because she's warning people about divorce. I guess she's saying, make sure you consider things very well before you. What stands out for you? I want to know before I make my commentary on this, because this can be very tricky. It can be very, very, very tricky. What stands out for you in what she said? Would you agree with that or you disagree with that? Or there's specific things that you disagree with? Let me know in the chat. She's saying, if you're thinking of divorce, you might want to consider the certain types of people you attract when you're a divorcee, apparently. The certain types of gede nastiness. Nasty people that approach you when you're a divorcee. It attracts a lot of garbage, she's saying, right? Let me see.
As a divorcee, when you go your separate ways as a woman, the guy can have many women.
So there's a double standard. Guy can have many women. They judge women, I guess.
Because when I got divorced, this was one of the things that made me to say, Lord, I messed up. I know.
So she says she messed up because she regrets, right? All right. So this look is giving Congo. What's Congo? What does that mean? Congo Gary, Congo the country. Which one? Somebody said, Ola, you need to go to Nigeria. Yeah, I know. Anytime I say Congo Gary, I just tell somebody is judging me for saying Congo Gary, or Congo the country, or what? Anyway, what stands out for me is the word baggage to categorize divorcees. Yeah, she's saying that, right? Do you agree with that? Chidima said, I don't agree about the types of people you attract as a divorcee. It depends on your environment and your circle. What else did she say? Let's see.
I've messed up, but you have to be merciful to me. You have to give me another chance. Because when I look at...
So she told God she's messed up.
Single. I was a single parent for 2 years. 2 years after divorce, I was single. And I can tell you, the kind of men that was talking to me, approaching me, because I'm a divorcee. They were men that on a good day, they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And all right. So men that on a good day, they shouldn't be approaching you. I'll tell you right now. She said the country. Oh, it's like from the country. Oh, interesting. Men on a good day shouldn't be approaching you, but that's what you are attracting. That's what you were attracting. So what do you mean they shouldn't be? No, that's giving number 4, pride. Right? What do you mean men that should be approaching you? You should look at yourself. Why is it that is smelling on you that they were approaching you? And I disagree. It's not divorce. I disagree 100%. It's not divorce. Okay, men would approach. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. Can you believe I didn't take the sip? I just opened it. Men that would approach you, they approached you. You attracted them. And if you say men, that means you're saying it's a consistent occurrence. That is you. And it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if I can take that from her. But let's keep going.
And it's because I have now been titled as a divorcee.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
it's not.
I mean, in an African setting.
It looks like they're doing you a favor also. But
Exactly. That's where you start to...
It could be a one-off occurrence. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It can be. It can happen. But if it's a consistent thing, then you have to look at yourself. The common denominator there is you. So I don't know if I can agree with her. Let me see what you guys are talking about. She's feeling religious guilt about her divorce. She's projecting her experience on us. I agree. And I don't think the advice that people should regret divorce is helpful in any way. It doesn't stop divorce. It doesn't help anybody. Okay. Kemi, hi Kemi. Kemi says, afternoon all, just joining. My take from the few points I listened to, she seems to be experienced, but she seems to be blaming herself for her own divorce. Yeah, she and that's usually a sign that somebody has not really, they might have self-reflect, but they're taking the wrong thing away from the self-reflection. That marriage came to an end, not just because of you. I'm talking to both men and women. That marriage came to an end not just because of you. There's a lot, it's not just because of the two of you either. There's a lot of things that lines up to become a divorce. Okay, there's a lot of things that lined up to become what we call divorce. So I can't take that from her. I'm sorry, you know. I don't know, Jerry. All kinds of men approach women, I beg. They always have audacity. Yeah, it does. It does. If you're attracting them, they will approach you. You can have a baby on your back. They will approach you. Okay? Either we're talking about approaching you or we're talking about your experience, even in interaction. It's you attract who you are. And it's not to shame you. It's not to say you couldn't be a victim. It's to say, hey, your power is in, first of all, understanding that there's something about you or your environment, like Chidima say, your circle, that's creating that you can change that. Because once you say men are just, when you generalize like that, men or Nigerians, so when you do like that, you don't really get anything out of that, except you will attract other people that feel the same way, which is battalions of them. They will feel the same way, and they will basically help you perpetuate a lie. Yeah, all these people, you have a similar experience, they will help you perpetuate a lie, you know. But just because a woman should remain in unhealthy marriages to avoid divorce, she has some points in terms of married men approaching single mothers. They believe she needs Bola. Yeah, you can't generalize that. If you are experiencing that, it's something about you. Okay, if all your experiences is people or men who are approaching you just because of sex, there's something about you attracting that, and you need to approach it from that angle. Okay, because honestly, we can't. If it's so true, we can't change it. That means we can't change it. What do you learn from that? See what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know. Okay, she said in African setting, maybe that explains it. See, it's still generalizing, right? Because if you go in the manosphere, the black manosphere here in America, they also repeat the same lies. They don't think anything of single mothers. But look at the people talking in real life. Are those the people you're attracting? There's a certain type of people that are going into that place. They're repeating each other's talking points, right? So if you're attracting that in real life, we need to look at you. If you're going into that circle, what is it that's attracting you into that conversation? It's still you, right? But what we know about the algorithms is that they attract the same type of people into the same pots. It is another lesson about generalization. We have to be very, very careful about this talking point. It's a very dangerous thing to say with regards to okay, you can see I left a comment. This is going to mislead a lot of lame men. It's not even the women that it will mislead. It's men who would think, oh, yes, that's why you should not divorce. No. If somebody wants to divorce you, you should let them divorce you, because there's something there that you need to learn. It doesn't mean it has to end finally in divorce, but there's a real reason, a deeper reason why they want divorce. You need to pay attention to that and not just, oh, it's modern women. Okay, modern women, even if you're right, that means all of the women you're dealing with. So what can you change about that? One thing you can change is you can listen and see what they're talking about. It doesn't mean you yield to them. It doesn't mean you agree with them. You have to know what you are up against. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Chidima, maybe she's referring to them trying to get her draws, but she said a certain type of man. She diminished the man. You know, it's just too many generalizations in what she said. And I would be very careful taking such advice. I'm sure she's speaking her truth, and I'm not diminishing her truth. That's actually the point I'm making. That's that person's truth. It doesn't have to be your reality. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. We have some other stories that to cover, so let's just jump right into those stories. I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Let's talk about home ownership. This one is going to ruffle some feathers. Are y'all ready for this? This is going to ruffle some feathers. Why Warren Buffett thinks your home is a bad investment? Can anybody guess? Anybody wants to guess why he would say maybe your home is a terrible. There's a report, there's an article that I found. Again, we're going to be talking about money, home ownership, where your money investment, things like that. I'll be talking about those kind of things. So stay engaged. Don't miss out on any of this stuff. There's a report. There are two different reports that I'm going to see, but I think I'm going to focus on one of them. All right, there's one from dailymail.com and there's another one from a financial report from Bazinga, right? So there's an article by Margaret Jackson. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, let's talk about home ownership. Hi, the mom of five. Hello. Chidima says, yes, I understand that. Let me see. We're going back to the last post on why women should not divorce. Or to be careful with divorce. Yes, I understand that. But again, it's two things. How do you present yourself? Do you lead with I'm divorced to where it defines you? That's low self-esteem, which certain types will prey on. I'll tell you like this on that one. Where you are today is a blessing. Listen to me carefully. Let me tell you something. If you start looking for all the regrets, there's more than enough. It's like looking at your surrounding for everything you can blame. There's more than enough. There's always some part of your story that will make you feel less than. And if you focus on it, it will become your reality. It sounds like a law of attraction, right? It is what it is, okay? Whatever you focus on expands. It becomes your full experience, okay? Wherever you are today is your best gift. What can you do with it? You can extract lessons from the past. But the lesson is, if you're a divorcee, the lessons is not going to be, had I known, had I not regret. No, it is not. That is the label. That's the label, divorce, marriage, status, all that stuff. You need to focus on relationship building, the skill set. That's what you should focus on. If anything, extract from the relationship lessons from the past and not make it about this generalized talking point. But the way you carry yourself, there's certain people you attract. Okay? For the most part, if there's an exception, we will find out when you talk to a wise counsel. All right, so now about this home ownership of a thingy, let's talk about it, right? Let's see. So, do you guys believe in home ownership ultimately, or do you think there's exceptions to it? The story report said, while many people view home ownership as a hallmark of financial stability and wealth building, legendary investor, the number one investor in the history of mankind, Warren Buffett, says it includes overlooked costs. Can everybody agree to that? How many of you have gone to a closing before? How many more fees did you find out by surprise? It includes overlooked costs, which could make buying a house a poor investment. So it could make. It's not always a poor investment. But according to this report, the title actually says Warren Buffett says buying a house is usually a lousy investment. Now, Warren Buffett has lived in the same house since 1958. He bought it at $31,000, $31,500. That house, as of 2024, is now worth $336,000. Okay. Now, Buffett's home now worth about $1.4 million. Okay. Now it's worth about so in 1958 worth about $336,000 in today's dollars. Okay, so let's go back. Couple of lessons there, couple of lessons in that line that I want to spell out right now before we move on to the other trendy stories. They are saying that house, he bought it for $33,000. That money in today's dollars is worth $36,000. Why? Because of inflation, because money loses its value over time, not just Naira, right? Money loses its purchasing power over time. But that house today is actually worth $1.4 million for, many reasons, which might include the fact that that's Warren Buffett's historical home, right? Okay, so those are some of the things that regular folks, which is regular people that buy homes, they don't pay attention to, right? Oftentimes people also refinance and they take all the money out and they do it randomly. They're not really paying attention to if overall is the right investment or not. So Buffett's home, now worth about $1.4 million, is his only real estate investment. Buffett's estimated net worth is about $136 billion, right? Now, first, there's the down payment. Okay, there's the down payment. Buffett talked about his own buying experience, noting that the down payment was about 10% of his net worth at the time, I guess. He delayed buying a house because he wanted to use the money for other investments, to which his wife consented. Okay, so here's another thing, right? A lot of people, they just look at home ownership as the ultimate of all investment. And the reality is that the ultimate of all investment is the investment in yourself, in your skills, in your competence. That's in your ability to create more income. That's the best investment you can make, okay? Or to be more productive, not necessarily income, but to be more productive, okay? He might be worth more than that now, by the way. Warren Buffett is easily worth $136 billion. Yes, that's easy. All right, so Buffett talked about his own owners. He put down 10%. He delayed the buying house, right? Most people believe ideally, as soon as you're coming out of college, you get married, you buy a house, right? Like in that order, something around that, right? Now, interest, property taxes, homeowner insurance account for a significant portion of the monthly mortgage payment, especially interest, right? The first half of the amortization of the loan, you're going to be dropping money into somebody else's investment vehicle, the loan note. Okay, see, you thought this was your investment, and in many ways it is an investment. Okay, especially if you have nothing better to do with your money, right? Again, if you have nothing better to do with your money, if we go back to what he said here, he delayed buying a house because he wanted to use the money for other investments. Do you have other investments that could be better than home ownership? Maybe you don't, but there are other investments that could be better than home ownership. Owning a home also ties up funds that could be used to invest in stocks and bonds, right? Now, in this time and age, you can't really say, if you don't have any like a business that you do personally on a daily basis that you can invest in, you can invest in other people's businesses, like through stocks, bonds, and stuff like that, stock options and stuff like that. It's just a skill set, another skill set you need to learn, right? And in this time and age, you can't say, it's too much of that. If you have nothing else you're doing with your time, those are the kind of skill set you need to pick up, okay? And then suddenly you find yourself in a position where you could use your money better instead of tying it up for 30 years. How's that? You guys like that? If you disagree, let me know, because I want to learn from you too. Some of you are probably better than me on this stuff, okay? Buffett also said home ownership does not guarantee significant financial returns compared to other investment strategies such as stocks. With escalating home prices and high mortgage interest rates, buying a home has become challenging for many Americans. Well, we know that as of 2024, right? And many are choosing to rent instead. A smart move, according to financial advisor Dave Ramsey. Okay, so Dave Ramsey used to be the guy. A lot of people are still reading his old books. All you should do is just buy a home, right? Just the straight line that most people think about, right? But in this AI-driven world, you have to pay attention, because you might be getting left behind, okay, by the rest of the world, because you don't live in a cave, right? According to Ramsey, renting can be a strategy choice that can save people from stretching their finances too thin and will buy them time until they can afford a house, okay? Ramsey and Buffett aren't alone in these opinions that renting may be a wiser choice than purchasing a home. Grant Cardone, another high-profile social media personality, said, "Rent is often half the cost of a mortgage because of high interest rates." But you are putting money in other people's pockets with your rent. Well, you are too, at least with majority of it in the beginning of the loan amortization when it comes to a house. It's not just looking at this with a one-dimensional lens, right? You have to look at it overall, holistically, when it comes to your personal finance. So I see a lot of people also struggle in marriages but it correlates with how they struggle in their personal finances too. Okay, some people sometimes reach out to me, they want relationship coaching and they can't afford $100 for a consultation. That tells me that you need to, your income, you need to focus on that. You shouldn't be talking about marriage and relationships. It's a telltale sign that you're probably struggling in your relationships. If you can't handle money, personal finance as a person, be productive, even financially, there's a good chance you will struggle with marriage and relationships. So that's a sign for you. That's a quick tip, you know. Homeowners insurance and property. So it's saying another high profile. Okay, they said rent is often half the cost of a mortgage because of high interest rates, homeowners insurance, and property taxes. All right, so that's the. So is he saying that you shouldn't buy a home? No, it's not saying you shouldn't buy a home. Absolutely not. It's saying it's a lousy investment for most people. Because most people that buy a home, they got sold by a realtor, by an agent somewhere. They got sold by a realtor, by an agent somewhere who just wanted their commissions, and I can't judge them. Okay, if you pay attention closely to some of those agents and realtors, some of them don't even own a home. Some of them just getting started with their life. Majority of them even make less than $8,000 in a year from that gig of being a real estate agent. Why? Because it's sales. Sales can be hard for an average person, right? So let me see here. Mario says, I know he knows the cost of housing in all big to medium-sized cities and the corresponding rent is bananas. Is your grandpa, has he contributed to your life? This your grandpa, has he contributed to your life? What are we talking about? Let's see. Mario said, believe in home ownership. Grandpa Buffett must be talking about people buying homes as investment, not people buying to live in it. That's a good point. Okay, that's a good point. Okay, but it's talking across the board because a lot of people justify buying a home to live in it because they're justifying it as an investment. So it can be, they can interweave, if you will, right? So he's talking about both. Most average persons that will buy a home, they're justifying it. They're justifying going underwater from the get-go, meaning they're buying a house with negative equity. By saying it's an investment, it will pay for itself. Maybe not. Maybe not. They're also not paying attention to the cycle of money, you know, the cycle of money and economies. I posted a video in the backstage once upon a time where it talks about how the economy works by what's his name? Dale, D-A-L-E, I forgot his name. The name skipped me. How money works. I'll find it in a second here. How money works. How economy works, rather. It's a good video to watch. Ray Dalio. He also wrote a book about money some few years ago. That's a very, very good book on money. So I think my mindset around business, money, is the same mindset that I bring into relationships. The only exception when it comes to relationships is that the biggest variable in relationships is emotions. Okay, and most people don't consider that. In fact, what they try to teach you out there is they try to teach you to shut down your feelings, which doesn't work. That's unrealistic expectation. It doesn't make sense to shut down feelings. No human beings can shut down feelings. The person telling you to shut down feelings are speaking from their feelings. So no wonder they are giving terrible advices. Okay. Let me see here. Oh yes, I saved that video. I should watch it. No, you should watch that video. I would like your take on it once you watch it. It's a very, very good video. Natu, how far? How you doing? Good to see you, Natu. All right, so hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. We're gonna move on to some other stories around the world. Like I said, we're back. We're back. Full blown 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Rub minds together in the chat. I pinned the link to the top. If you have anything to say to me directly, always feel free to use it. I will always pin the link throughout the show now. Okay. If I don't pin it, Marriott, you always do a good job. Always remind me. I pin it from the beginning of the show now. Okay. All right. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications, and we'll be right back.
I find a beautiful girl. Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, let's talk about Trump. Let's talk about Trump. By the way, we're still having the Sharp Edge News TV show later on in the evening. I think we're going to do that show at 4 p.m. with my uncle, High Chief Ola Tux Abitogun. So look out for that. All right, so Trump calls digital equity law racist. Is he right? There's a report that was actually going viral this morning. And I thought we should rub minds together and see what this man is talking about today now. It's like, Lord, have mercy upon us. Lord, have mercy upon us. All right. The Digital Equity Act tried to close the digital divide. Trump calls it racist and acts to end it. Okay, so anything that is named as equity it cannot be racist. Okay. Now we can dig in deeper and see if the activities are racist, but you know it cannot be racist. It's not designed to be racist. It's supposed to push against that. But I'm looking at this report here on Associated Press. It says one program distributes laptops in rural Iowa. Another helped people get back online after Hurricane Helene washed away waters and phones in western North Carolina. Programs in Oregon and rural Alabama teach older people, including some who have never touched a computer, how to navigate in an increasingly digital world. Again, this is some type of government agency, right, that has been shut down, or government program that has been shut down by what they call the Digital Equity Act. Okay, so this is the idea of making every human being equal just on the surface without thinking about it, right? That's what it sounds like to me, but let's keep going. Hold on, pardon me, guys. Just making sure I close too many windows here. It all came crashing down this month when President Donald Trump, on his own digital platform, Truth Social. How many of you have a profile on Truth Social, by the way? I don't. I will, though, as soon as I have time for it. Truth Social, he announced his intention to end the Digital Equity Act. Okay, so he's actually trying to end the Digital Equity Act. It's a federal program, federal grant program meant to help bridge the digital divide. He branded it as racist and illegal and said it amounts to, and I quote, woke handouts based on race. Woke handouts. I also use the language woke sometimes. And this is where I got confused when I see confused people using the same language I use. That gets very, very confusing for me. And that's why I do these long form videos, because this is the only way I can break these things down. Because oftentimes we get locked up in these semantics and we're using the same terminologies, but it's still confusion. Anyway, he called it woke handouts based on race. He said it was an illegal $25 billion giveaway, though the program was actually funded with $2.75 billion. The name seemed innocuous enough when the program was approved by Congress. Remember, I was talking about the name, right? So I don't expect a Digital Equity Act to be racist, but you know, Trump is saying it's racist. As you can imagine, he's probably saying, don't give people anything special because of this. That's racist. Well, it's not just this. It's the fact that everybody does not start from the same place, right? Everybody don't start from the same place. It's the same issues that I have with men always doing the whataboutism with women. You're a man. Are you trying to become a woman? Are you okay? Anyway. He said the name seemed innocuous enough when the program was approved by the Congress in 2021. $65 billion investment. All right, the broadband program itself was a key component of the $1 trillion infrastructure law pushed through by the administration of Democratic President Joe Biden. In fact, I don't know this for a fact. I have my feelings now. I have my suspicions that Some of the money that Elon Musk has been getting, he's putting the Starlinks in the skies so that the whole world can have access to the internet. Some of those money were probably funded by these type of programs to make it, to create equity for everybody in the world, right? That's what governments are there for, to create equity for everybody in the world. That means you understand that not all humans are created equal or have equality in the name of whatever equality means to people from their perspective. There's ongoing studies on what it takes to actually achieve equity. It's the moving target too, right? But somebody's just going to come in and shut down the whole thing because they have an agenda, of course. The Digital Equity Act was intended to fill gaps and cover unmet needs that surfaced during the massive broadband rollout. It gave states and tribes flexibility to deliver high-speed internet access to families that could afford it, computers to kids who did not have them, that couldn't afford it, but to kids, also computers to kids who did not have them, telehealth access to older adults in rural areas, and training and job skills to veterans. I had a gig in upstate New York once upon a time. I think I was lodged in a town, I forgot the name of the town now, but some very rural town. And then I had to drive 1 hour to actually get to the client site. And throughout the 1 hour, this is in New York State, in our New York State. Okay, I'm talking about 2017, 2008, 17, right? And throughout the drive through this single non-dualized road, this is in our New York State here, in our Yankee here, there's no signal on the road. I had to download podcast, download music. It's probably better now, but this was about 8 years ago. There was no signal on the road until I get into that town, and even in that town, the signal is, what I'm talking about is like 2-3 hours from here. So for those of you that live in the city, you might not be able to relate to why they need this kind of things, right? Even in America. Now, why should they have this kind of things? Because they're supposed to be taking care of their citizens so that they can boost their economy, so that they can boost their competitive advantage against the rest of the world. That's ultimately why people do this kind of things, or government do this kind of things for their own constituency, right? But Trump is saying, no, forget that. We're going to leave you stuck in your pockets. That's what I'm reading this as, right? Or maybe he's just that ignorant. Do you think he's intentionally doing this, or he's just that ignorant? That's the question that I have for you, okay? Let me keep reading. Whether Trump has the legal authority to end the program remains unknown. But for now, the Republican administration can simply stop spending the money. Damn. Wow. I just felt, this is an quote, right? I just felt my heart for what we were I just felt my heart break for what we were finally in this country going to address, the digital divide, said Angela Cipher, Executive Director of the National Digital Inclusion Alliance, a non-profit that was awarded but has not received a $25.7 million grant to work with groups across the country to help provide access to technology. The digital divide is not just physical access to the internet, it is being able to use that to do what you need to do. It's basic infrastructure in 2025, basically. The word equity, while the name of the program likely got it targeted, yes, I agree 100%. They're saying the word got it targeted. I agree. That's what he's looking for, anything that smells like equity and just shutting it down. That's just what it looks like. That's just what it looks like. Let me see here. The Trump administration has been aggressively scrubbing the government of programs that promote diversity, equity, or inclusion. Though Trump called it racist, the words race or racial appear just twice in the law's text. Once alongside color, religion, national origin, sex, gender identity, sexual orientation, age, or disability. It's insane, absolutely not, that Trump is blocking resources to help make sure kids in rural school districts can get hotspots or laptops, all because he doesn't like the word equity. Imagine if you have a president who just target a word, one word. Anyway, is it just ignorant or is it racist? That's the question that I have for you guys. Is it just racist or ignorant? Okay. Truth social. Yes, truth social, exactly. So that's my question for you. If you think Trump is being racist, put a 1 in the chat. If you think it's just ignorant, put a 2 in the chat. If you think it's somewhere in between, put a 3 in the chat. This racist views all diversity, equity, language equals to black people. They forget it includes older people, disability, low income. Chidima, make una carry your cross. Now you're dragging us. You're dragging us. Stop. I was just wondering how educating older people on the use of computers, internet is racist. Like, make it make sense. Or helping those affected by natural disasters like what? I'm sure somebody will help me educate us in the comment later on. We're going to cover more and more like this. You're likely right, MOP. Musk got money for something similar for Canadians living in rural parts with limited internet access. Exactly. So, but now, because Trump has been, I think Musk, there's another story out there this morning of Musk stepping back from the Doge and politics, you know. Of course, because he's losing money, really. Anyway, this is a 1930s Germany timeline for USA. Could make sense. This is Northern Ontario too. What does that mean in context, Marriott? What does Northern Ontario means? This is what annoys me when people come to bash poor welfare recipients because they are entitled. No comment about the companies on welfare though. Yeah. Anyway, hit the like button, share, subscribe. What do you think about this? Is Trump being racist or it's just an ignorant old? You can fill in the gaps. I'll leave it at that for you. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up with another.
All right. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. So do you guys remember, do you recall this story of this lady? Is it pronounced Shimite or Shimite? I'm not sure. Shimite Bello. Apparently she was a politician. This happened, I don't know, maybe a month, 2 months ago when the news broke out on the internet, something about the husband might have sadly beaten her to death or locked her up in a house and stuff like that. You guys recall the story? I don't remember if I covered it here. Actually, I don't remember. But yeah, so there's an update from the family. Apparently, it looks like the family is on the side of the general public. They feel like the man is responsible. So I'm going to read this post on Instablog Nigeria. It says the Nwakalo family has released an update on the death of their beloved sister Shimite or Shimite. I don't know if it's Shimite or anything like that, but just somebody correct me with the pronunciation in the comment later if you know where it is. As they call for justice, she was a politician, okay, and the husband was did something about it, was a pastor. I'm not sure. Anyway, he was arrested. Some people say he was arrested at the time. He was arrested at the time to protect him. There was denial. They said no, he wasn't responsible. Some people said he was only arrested to protect him, which doesn't make sense. You cannot arrest people for protecting them. Okay, you can protect them. I guess you can arrest to protect. Maybe if you use the literal meaning of the word arrest, you can protect them, but arrest them as in like I don't know. There's something I'm trying to say here, but just listen to this post that they have up here, and then thank God Marriott is here. Maybe she can help me with the legalities of this. The case involving the alleged murder of Shimite Bello is currently under investigation by the Inspector General of Police Monitoring Unit following a formal petition of the IG's office after what the family considered an untidy investigation by the Delta State Police Command. The IGP's monitoring unit has since taken over the case, while from the Asaba command, as well as a pharmacist who, on the instruction of the suspect, Mr. Love, administered both the oral and intravenous medication to Shimite 24 hours before her death. The pharmacist has since stated upon questioning that she had advised the suspect to quickly take Shimite to the hospital as her condition, from what she can see, was critical. Okay, so somebody gave an illegal ejection. So it sounds like Mobad all over again. An advice the suspect declined until she died in her bedroom. She didn't want to go to the hospital. That's what the IGP is saying. The pharmacist further stated that she did not take any vital signs, like her BP, temperature, to determine her state of health, nor did she have any previous health records of her before administering the said medication. So you administered a medication to a person without taking basic vitals. By the way, this is very, very common in Nigerian society. So somebody's going to come here and say, but it's just how Nigeria is. And why you say that? Are you saying that to justify, or I would like to know why you said that? Because as you can see, the consequences can be grave, right? Anyway, in the meantime, Mr. Love, the main suspect who kept Shimite locked up for 3 days. This is a letter from the family, by the way. Mr. Love, who kept the suspect, Mr. Love, the main suspect who kept Shimite locked up for 3 days in their bedroom, denying access to her from other family members until she died, is currently on the run from the police. Here you go. Let me cough. Excuse me, guys. Those in the know of the matter are wondering how a house that was open with the family members inside can be broken into. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, so the guy is on the run from the police. The Asaba Police Command, who set him free, cannot locate him as all his known lines have been switched off. This man is dangerous and should be declared wanted. In the meantime, the suspect has taken to social media from his hiding place, accusing Shimite's family of breaking into Shimite's house. Those in the know of the matter are wondering how a house that was open with the family members inside can be broken into. The general public is invited to note that the suspect is a drowning man who is now holding on to any available straw to stay afloat. Let it be known that there is no amount of media hirelings that will change the narrative nor intimidate the police from carrying out their constitutional responsibility of diligent investigation and prosecution. Let's stand together for Shimite Bello. Justice must be served. All right, so I saw the story floating around and stuff like that. The reason why I'm covering it today is because this when you have this kind of cases, especially when it has to do with drinking as gas, yes, so when you have this kind of stories, right, they need fair hearing. I think Nigerians are terrible when it comes to fair hearing. Nigerians, Nigerian and even Nigerian government agencies, they have a tendency to yield to public opinion, you know, and they are more. I see Nigerian government agencies sometimes, they're much more concerned about the optics and their image. They're struggling with the balance between their image in the social media and actually doing the right thing when it comes to fairness for the society. Okay, so that's why I'm covering this today, because if this guy, if they're starting to perpetuate this story that he's also a victim and he's also out there on the social media, let it be known that anything anybody say on the social media is actually irrelevant to what actually happened. Okay. Number one, somebody was administered an injection or medication without proper protocol, right? That's number one. So that person is also a suspect, because people can have disagreement. A couple can have disagreement between themselves, and before you know it, they are digging through their phone and they say, oh, you had an argument yesterday, and they're not paying attention to somebody who's supposed to be a healthcare professional, right? So if somebody administered an injection, they are also minimum accomplice in whatever just happened to this young lady. That's number one. Number two, in terms of the guy's history, so now he's on the run, he's running away, right? He definitely knows something that the rest of the world doesn't know, you know? So we don't know the truth. I don't know if anybody knows the truth out there. I've just seen all kind of mixed stories. But now they're saying the Asaba police released him and is now on the escape, right? So that's scary. That is very, very scary. Delta State. That's very, very scary, because again, accidents happen. There are family members around. Suddenly, when the government just don't know what they're doing, people around can easily become a suspect, or they can actually be the criminal. But when we're having people releasing people and they can't find them and phones are being turned off, that is crazy, right? Delta State, the ongoing investigation into the death of Shimite Bello has been transferred to the IGP, a monitoring unit, following a formal petition from her family. This move comes after what the family described as untidy investigation. Yeah. So this young lady was a politician. Hold on one second. She was a politician, but I'm trying to see. But there was also a lot of speculations around if the guy was a pastor and stuff like that. Mr. Love, who was initially questioned and released by the Asaba, is now reportedly on the run. Yeah. All right. May God help us. Let's just be vigilant. Pay attention. If you're going through any kind of abusive situation, leave first. Just leave first. Especially if you're in Nigeria, leave first. Don't sit down there and be doing shalaye. Okay. They could be trying to put pressure on the police to act. Yeah. Unfortunately, these are not facts. Leaping to he killed her is a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Because if they were together and they were in a bedroom, and we also have our crazy family members that will make random accusations, maybe because they were they were poking their nose in family matters. Now they are running into the internet and saying he's the killer. Nigerian people, your nyash is opening small by small. Yeah, you do things like this. You will run to the internet because you didn't have access to somebody's, what do you call it? Their primary family. They are married to somebody else now. And now something happens. You will do things like this. You will run to the internet and said is the spouse killed him. Or killed him or her. Right? So anyway, what do you think about this? What is your take on this? Do you know more about this story? Let me know. Send me a link or something like that so I can take a look at it. Do you believe that the guy did it, or you believe that there's a cover-up going on? Why is he running? Is he running from Nigerian police, knowing that there's injustice still very heavy in Nigeria, or is running because he's running from serving the time for his crime? What is your opinion on that? All right, do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Talk about Travis Hunter. If you recall, Travis Hunter, some few months ago, were being dragged by the manosphere for being a simp, alleged simp. He proved them wrong. So he's now married. He's now married to his the love of his life, and it looks like the manosphere is still mad at this situation. The manosphere is just, I don't know what they're mad at. Are they mad at him getting married? Are they mad at the woman? Are they mad at exactly what they're mad at? I don't know. But let's look at this article real quick and let's see if we can learn one or two things. I'm reading from page6.com, and it says Travis Hunter marries fiancée Liana Linney, buys her a G-Wagon, which that hurts for the manosphere, after online criticism about their relationship. Let me see here. Let's see if I can play a video here. Hold on 1 second. Okay, that's not our audio. So it says Travis Hunter is now a married man. The Jacksonville Jaguars star tied a knot with his fiancée Liana Linney and bought her a Mercedes G-Wagon after they faced criticism about their relationship. Yes, they were dragging this. I don't know if I covered it at that time. They were dragging it, right? Travis Hunter's fiancée slams bird-brained haters after internet criticism. Let me see. It might be a video here that I can play. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let's see. Is this ads everywhere? Okay, I found a video. This is the girl. Let's listen into this. Let's see what she has to say. Wait.
By the way, he had already finished that part. I don't know, again, off of a 7-second clip, is those weren't fans, by the way. He had already finished that part. He had finished meeting with the fans. I was there the entire time, taking pictures, talking to them, everything. The girls that were there, they were the Adidas, they worked for Adidas. So we were taking pictures for social posts. That's who those people were. I wasn't annoyed with no fans at all. I'm never annoyed with fans. So that's what that was. And then Travis was getting ready to leave. He had to be at a rehearsal for the Heisman ceremony. They had to do walkthroughs and stuff like that. So I was asking him, I was like, do you want me just to sit here? Do you want me to go back to the hotel? Like, do you want me to wait for our family? Because his family was in there shopping. Because Adidas let them go pick out stuff in the stores, like a 4-story Adidas. So they're all doing that. And I was like, what do you want me to do? Like, do I stay here? Do I come with you? Like, what? And he was like, you could do what you want. Like, you could sit there, you can go shop, you can come to the hotel, you can walk around. That's what he was saying to me. I don't know. Like I said, the things that I see people make up is truly crazy because it's not what happened. And I just think people are just finding every single little thing and trying to make it something it's not. And then bird brain individuals are just accepting what they see online.
Wow. Bird-brained individuals. She cannot be talking to the manager, is she? Anyway. The couple exchanged vows in a lavish ceremony at the barn at Faith Farms in Athens, Tennessee on Saturday. Linney-born Liana wore a strapless, I don't care about that. Hunter, 22, ended the ceremony with a bang by surprising his new wife, 23. So the wife is 23 years old, he's 22. Surprised with the Mercedes-Benz, of course, the AMG G-Wagon. According to a video shared online, Linney caught a black ribbon as the crowd counted down to 1. And of course, they jumped the broom, right? In December 2024, the discourse surrounding Hunter and Linney's relationship heightened after a 2022 video resurfaced of the couple reflecting on when they first started dating. All right, so a lot of people are looking at this as, you know, it's a young 22-year-old man. This girl is only there to take advantage of her. Well, let's watch this video. Let's see what they're saying.
Cindy, and I'm back, making videos with my girlfriend.
This is Travis, and
this is our first video.
And we are doing a Q&A, and we're building Halloween houses.
Even though y'all know I'm going, because I'm a big dog.
And y'all can vote at the end.
Big dog? I'm big dog?
No.
Big
and
dog.
y'all can vote in who's the best.
It's going to be my, you know, that first show.
Do you want to like start first and then start asking questions?
Yeah, we can. Y'all know I'm the big dog. Been the big dog.
All right. So now, why are they dragging them? Why were they dragging them? And now they're starting to drag them again. They're saying that she made some interesting statements, right? In the clip, Linney admitted that she wasn't initially interested in the athlete who slid into her DMs. Okay. She wasn't interested, maybe until she found out that he has money, right? And I quote, "I just didn't respond to him. It wasn't my type." I wonder if anybody in the chat, if this guy is your type, but he has money. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, she confessed before saying that she finally gave in to one of his messages after her brother told her who Hunter was. Ouch! She told on herself. She told on herself. Yeah. Fans also criticized Lini for not giving Hunter a standing ovation when his name was called at the Heisman Trophy winner. According to a video, okay, there was this video. Let me see if I can put it up, right? Yeah, I found it. Let me see here. So that was her. I don't know if you guys noticed that. This is why they're dragging her. Just so I'm rewinding it. Okay, that was her. Bringing Natu to the stage. Natu, hi Natu, can you hear me?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hey, how you doing? Hold tight. Okay, hold on.
Sure.
All right. So, if you see that video. Now the coach, I forgot his name, Deion Sanders. Yeah, that's Deion Sanders right there. You can see he was so happy when they called his name. He's a footballer. He's an American footballer. Okay. And you can see she's still seated. She's the one wearing white over there. Let me make it bigger so we can see clearly. The one wearing white over there, and she's still seated, right? And you can see Deion Sanders about to stretch his arm. Another lady stood up right next to Deion Sanders, right? And Deion Sanders is getting her to stand up. Get your ass up now. And then the guy goes where first? Where did he go first? Goes to hug his wife. And then you can see the first comment here say, and the first one to sit back down, pray for this man. He has one of those nasty faces. You can tell from miles away, not nice. Okay, so people are feeling sorry for him. They're basically saying this might be another man that's about to be taken advantage of, you know. And so Hunter's college coach, Deion Sanders, so he's a college footballer, I guess, had to nudge Lini in the back before she got out. Last December, the former Colorado Buffalo player said his then fiance got drunk and cried herself to sleep after she received harsh online criticism from fans from how she acted during, and I know what's about to happen. He's probably going to feel sorry for her and pop the question, and now they are married. Anyway, now to talk to me, Jerry. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Just enjoying the long weekend.
Oh, the long weekend. I don't pay attention to weekends. I don't have weekends.
Oh.
I know there's Memorial Day though, so it must be Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so before I jump into, let me do Travis Hunter, then go back to the last one you just did. The reason why the manosphere are dragging people like Travis is because they always end up with white girls. And let me tell you why you don't blame them for ending up with white girls. I think somebody has come either on your show or on Uncle Ben's show to talk about how these girls, this marrying of wealthy athletes is a career thing for them. They set up their prospect from high school. So Travis was in high school to work. Yes.
Okay.
So he was a football player from high school, and that was where he met that girl. From what I heard, I didn't see the video. They said that even in the speech, she said that he wasn't her type. But when she found out that he was a college prospect and a good football player, she was like, "Why not? Hello." Do you understand what I'm saying? But because our sisters are not ready to make those sacrifices in the beginning, you don't expect the guys to dump these ladies that have been with them all along to go with you, because we all feel they are coming for the back. If they are coming for the back, that's on us. But these girls were giving them support when no one was there. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they know what the end result is. So that's why people are dragging him. But you don't blame him and you don't blame the girl, because she was there when no one was there. That's just the thing. And going back to that Hessman video, right? There are a lot of things. One thing I've learned in my life is to give people grace.
Okay.
We don't know what's going on with her at that moment. We don't know if she's not feeling too well.
Sorry,
Don't
which
know if he's
story?
not
Which one? Which are the stories?
the Hessman ceremony where he received the award, where
Oh,
Dion
okay, okay.
Sanders was
Still
trying to have her
Travis.
get up.
Okay, still Travis. Okay, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
still Travis.
Mm-hmm.
So he we don't know what's going on with her. We don't know if it's the time of the month. We don't
Mm-hmm.
know if she's sick. We don't know if
Mm-hmm.
there's something going on with her that she's
Mm-hmm.
behaving that way. But the problem is that there have been a couple of instances where she acted out of character and people are picking on with that. And also, I
Mm-hmm.
think the girl has been known for not being able to control her emotions. So she
Mm-hmm.
can be upset about something and they have an event and she cannot come out to fake it. I remember one of the events. So Travis is he played for Jackson State where he started with Coach Prime. And when Coach Prime moved to Colorado, he moved with him.
Mm.
So one of the events, I think they are having misunderstanding between them, and then they were coming out. You know how they come out with their girlfriends or family members.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody will go to the. She came out with her face all squeezed. Everybody was like all jolly and happy, but like there's something going on between them, and she wasn't happy about it. And
Yeah.
so it was like she kind of like spoiled the whole show, and people are mad at her about. But I'm just
Mm-hmm.
asking if it were a black girl, are we going to keep the same energy?
And I have a
Do you
question for you
understand
on
what?
that note.
All
Are
right,
black
go ahead.
women mad at Travis too?
Yes,
Because he
they are.
didn't pick them?
Yes, yes, yes. And I said it. I said, don't blame him. When you guys were in high school, he looks ugly and broke to you guys, and the white girls talk to him. So what do you want him to do? Drop the white girl for you guys? Hell no. Hell no.
Is there any black women out there willing to admit that yeah, we're mad at him
No, they're
for not?
not. We're not gonna do that. Do you want us to? Our steez is not gonna let us do that. Man of prestige. Pride go
Now
just
I
wound
have a,
us.
I have a, I have a second question for you and the chat
Go
in the
ahead.
comments. Is Renee a gold digger?
So I cannot say. People have
Okay.
different opinions. Everybody has what is going on for. Let
What's
me
your
tell you.
opinion? What's your opinion?
Uh Honestly speaking, I don't know the kind of relationship they have. They both look toxic to me. Travis' dad
Well,
has been in jail.
she just said until I found out who he was. Right?
Okay.
He wasn't the
Yeah.
type.
So even if we look at life in general, sometimes you might see people and kind of like underrate them and not even talk or greet them until maybe they say, oh, this person owns this person and does that. And then you hear people start saying, hey, this and that and that. Let me tell you something. This
Mhm.
NGO work that I've been doing, I have friends that were on the same, they are my friends on Facebook. I've been
Congratulations, by
posting,
the way. I haven't gotten
thank
the
you.
chance to watch the Adela video. I need to
Thank
watch it.
you.
Yeah. All right.
So I have been posting it for almost 2 years. My friends that are
Mm-hmm.
my friends who have not said anything until Adeola posted it. One of my friends sent a donation. Another of my friend that has a company now inbox to tell me that, oh, if we go on our next outreach, they'll be part of the sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
That's
posting
how
all
it
this while.
works.
Yeah, so when I went to Nigeria, one of our friends that I know this guy from 1986 when I
Mm-hmm.
was 4 years old. He's always seen my work until my grand aunt said he is in charge of so and so foundation at their job. And she
Mm-hmm.
called him. She's like, this is my grand niece. Giving her your number. Call her, speak to her. Let's see how we can facilitate this. And I sat down and I'm like, nigga, you've been saying all this while you have this stuff in your, and so that's people. Sometimes people might not regard you as anything until they find out who you are, what you do. Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So if a man comes to speak to you now, like, yeah, I like you, just like that, they
Yep.
say you be my wife, you dey whine. But when you start hearing this is what I do, you maybe start falling in line with your type of guy. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
think this is my kind of person. All right, all right. You might not have the face, but he has the list that I have. So why are you mad at her? I'm really
Yeah.
not mad at her. She stayed for a while. So let's just be honest.
I have one last question
Let's
for
just,
you and the chat.
all right.
Do you think it's a good idea? Because this man is, we can quote unquote made, right? And then he
Mm-hmm.
wants to marry. Can a man marry in peace, right? So he's marrying the girl in his close proximity, or he's still the girl accepted eventually. He could care less at this point, I can guarantee you. How if he was the type before anything like that, but he's in love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should men, with that being said, should men be made before they try to get married? A lot of people are advising it. They're saying wait until you're 35, 45. Make sure you have money. Make sure you get your bag. Keep your eyes on the bag. Chase your bag before you try to get married. Do you think it's a good idea
So
based on this?
so it might be a good idea, might not be. And let me tell you why. Sometimes money does not change you, or money just enhances who you are. So if you already grew up with a bad character and you didn't work on yourself, and see, age does not determine if you're matured or middle or anything. Do you understand? We have a lot of people that did not start making it till they are above 40, above 50. So that's not the criteria for you to get married. Like I said one time, people were laughing. I said, when I got married at 34, I thought I was ready for marriage. But when I got in, I'm like, I think I need some work to be done on myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't think it's about age, and that's where a lot of us are missing it. So I think what people were looking for Travis is like number one, this guy grew up in a single home. His dad went to jail. Yeah, he did well in school and in athletics, but I think people that know him personally feels like there's work that he needs to do on himself. That's what people are advocating for. Nobody's stopping him to get married, but I feel like people are just advocating for him to like kind of like work on himself because of the history of a lot of athletes have with these women. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody's stopping him from getting married, but there are some boxes that you need to check. And I know Coach Prime used to make jokes for him and tell him that if he's getting married, he's gonna have him sign a prenup because he's very close to Coach Prime, and Coach Prime has seen a lot of stuff that's going on, and he probably has seen the girl in different situations that he's thinking, okay, I don't think this is it. But Coach Prime doesn't want to come out outright and say, "Oh, you can't marry this guy." And then he's gonna be like, "Oh, Coach Prime doesn't like me. He doesn't blah blah blah." So he tried to stay out of his children's business.
Right. Mario says athletes should be retired before they marry, in my opinion.
Oh my God.
But I think Kenny is retired, right?
Club Shay.
Shannon Sharp. He's retired, right?
Yeah, yes, he's retired.
He's a podcaster these days and a commentator, I guess, but he's retired and he's still struggling, obviously, to trust women, you know. And that's why I'm, because the more money you have,
Shannon Sharp's issue is not even. That's one thing. So his issue is not trusting women. His issue is himself. He just has a lot of issues that he needs to deal with. He has no self-esteem.
Maybe he's trying to avoid girls like Lene. Maybe he's still
well, and he ended up with them that got him in trouble. Hello.
He didn't know that was gonna. He wasn't marrying that person now. He's moved on. He started dropping his podcast episodes after that again.
Well,
he'll be fine. So with that being said, now because now Mario said they should wait until retirement, but this guy now is 23. He's probably going to get big and big and bigger, right? Meaning,
honestly, people mature differently. I don't think I advise that. I don't think I advise that we wait till retirement to get married. People mature differently. You want to grow with you want to grow with your children. Whatever works for you, but I feel like you should be in a very good place to be a father and a husband, because being a husband comes with a lot of responsibility. Being a father is an entire different responsibility because you are you are responsible for a whole human or humans, depending on how they come. So it's a huge responsibility. Your car cannot take itself to the mechanics, so you have to take your car to the mechanic. So having kids comes with something like that.
All right, we got some more stories. Let's move on. Let me just ask.
No, before you move, before you move, I just wanted to ask the last story that you had about that lady. So first of all, the lady is from my state.
Which lady?
The lady that married the pastor from Edo.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So the lady is from my state.
The Delta politician.
Yes.
Shimite Bello. How do you pronounce that?
Yes. Yeah. Is this I can't. I don't remember.
Okay, Shimite.
But I knew that Shimite. Yeah. When I was in Nigeria, I think we spoke about. I never met her. I didn't even hear about her until her passing. But people that know her say she was a vibrant lady while she was single in Kaduna. She supported a lot of people's work. She supported a lot of young politicians. But I think what had happened was that she went to get married and married below her. The guy was not up to her standard when it comes to like financially and the rest. And this kind of thing that family gives you pressure about marriage, and this person comes in the name of man of God and the rest of it, blah blah blah. And she went with it. But from the stories that I heard was that there was a lot of abuse that was going on in that marriage. And the guy kind of like excluded her from friends and families. And you know when people, so that's why people are tagging it like he pied her. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Because yeah, he like she cut off from her friends, people she used to be close with,
Isolated
so
her,
that
right?
she,
48.
yeah,
She was
he
48
just,
years old.
yes, he just
Was
isolated
she
her.
married
So that
before
was,
him? Was she married before him?
no, no, she wasn't. From what
And they
I
got
heard,
together. And they got together when? Do you have an idea when
no,
they
I
got
don't.
together?
No, I
Okay,
really don't. I
so we
don't.
don't know how long they've
But
been
I can,
together.
I'll find out that for you, and I'll get back to you. I'll find that out.
Okay, let me know. Let me know.
Yeah.
We'll keep a tab on it so we can do updates from time to time on it. But yeah, it's sad to see another person lose their life and then it's entangled up around their relationship. It's always sad to see that relationship are supposed to build us, not destroy us. Mario says that man is not marrying, he's a slut. She's talking about
You will.
Shanna Sharp. Shanna Sharp. Most athletes retire 30s, mid-30s. They are growing with their children. Now, see, I think ultimately, the rules will be different for athletes. They are not the regular person, so the rules will be different from them. I think definitely somebody, an athlete with a lot of prospect for the future of marrying this girl, I would be scared if this was my son. Okay. As far as they should wait until marriage, I don't have a wife for him when he's 45. I just don't. So I'll also be guided by telling him to wait.
Don't women also see that as red flag? When they say, "Oh, a man is 45, he's not married," like red flag.
That's what I'm saying. Especially if he's an athlete, he probably is not capable of submitting to a marriage. So he probably can't do that. So it's very tricky. I would definitely, if I have an athlete son and he's trying to get married at 23, I'll be scared for him, but I will pray for him. If he's trying to wait until, if he says, should I wait until 45? I'll tell him I don't have a wife for you at 45 or 55. So maybe you should talk to a wise counsel. Anyway, hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. We have other stories. I'll be right back. Yeah.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
All right, slam dunking. Just words. Trump slams Putin after massive Ukraine attack. Let's watch this video and then we'll talk about it.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
All right.
Now, this notion that Putin has changed somehow, that the man that Trump is dealing with today is not the same man he was dealing with in his first term, is something that European leaders have been warning Trump about really for months, but so long he hadn't necessarily.
All right, so let's talk, Natu. What's the first thing that comes to your mind looking at this story?
Are we surprised?
I didn't want to laugh because those are lives that are being destroyed. But Trump is surprised that.
Why is he surprised?
That Putin
aren't they birds of the same feather?
Like Putin is a little bit maybe insane.
No, I'm not surprised, honestly speaking.
Yeah. Trump is supposed to be not supposed to be, he's the most powerful man in the world. That's just the bottom line. At this point in time, he's the most powerful man in the world, but he's surprised that his ops is the ops. That is scary.
That guy is always unpredictable, so I don't know why.
So I'm reading from CNN, right? So President Donald Trump said Sunday that Vladimir Putin has gone absolutely crazy after the Russian leader launched the largest aerial attack on Moscow's 3-year full-scale war on Ukraine. I've always had a very good relationship with Vladimir Putin. The relationship you have with Russia that's That's an opponent. At the end of the day, that's like the two of the most powerful or some of the most powerful nations in the world. So I don't know what kind of relationship you think. He has his own agenda. Russia is a huge power in the world, right? So it says he has gone absolutely crazy. He's needlessly killing a lot of people, and I'm not just talking about soldiers. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. Trump posted on Truth Social. Hours earlier, Trump had told reporters, "I'm not happy with what Putin is doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin." We could have told you, but it's okay. Moscow launched overnight attacks on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in Ukraine, killing at least 29 people over 3 days and injuring dozens more, according to officials. The bombardment from Saturday into Sunday saw more drones and missiles launched at Ukraine than in any other single assault in 3 years. Trump's intervention, coming at a crucial moment in Moscow's war, will be viewed with relief in the West as a signal that the White House has grown frustrated with Putin's refusal to accept a proposed 30-day ceasefire in the conflict. He is pressing their buttons. Putin is wiser than Trump. He's pressing United States button.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's always known what he's doing. This is nations against nations. The regular human beings, you just know that this is not the moment to be emotional. It is what it is, right? They're trying to take the territory. The greatest of them in taking territories has been United States of America. So we just happen to be in 2025 and we expect things to be a little bit different. But if you're going to address that, you're going to have to address that with with a lot of wisdom. And the way Trump attacked some few months ago, the way Trump attacked, what's his name? The Ukrainian president.
Zelensky.
Zelensky, you could just tell that Trump has a whole different agenda from actually negotiating the ceasefire. But now I think he's starting to realize that I can't just be running away with Putin is my friend. Putin was never your friend. He's nobody's friend.
Putin belongs to everybody and belongs to no one.
Exactly. So back to the report. The Kremlin on Monday sought to downplay the significance of the remarks, categorizing them as an emotional reaction. Even worse. This is a very important moment which is associated with the emotional overload of absolutely everyone and with emotional reactions. Kremlin spokesperson to, who is this person? Peskov, said Monday. He also said Moscow is truly grateful to the Americans and personally to President Trump for his efforts to bring Moscow and Kyiv to the negotiating table. But the clash the only thing they're counting on is the fact that it's United States of America, just that office. If it's based on Trump, this is going to get worse because, I don't know. But the clash could have consequences for for Russia. Trump also told reporters Sunday evening that he's absolutely considering additional sanctions against Russia, which Kyiv has pushed for. Trump previously said he would not join in any new sanctions because he was trying to associate himself with a powerful guy.
Putin don't care.
Forgetting that you are subjugating yourself when you do that. He doesn't care. But Trump also turned his criticism towards Ukrainian president. Of course, see, he couldn't stop there. He had to criticize Zelensky. And he said American silence encourages Putin to continue his onslaught. He turned the criticism towards Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, who said Sunday morning that American silence encourages Putin. Yeah, because he's being a punk. Likewise, President Zelensky is doing his country no favors by talking the way he does. Trump wrote, "Everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop." At least 25 people were killed in 2 rounds of overnight attacks in Ukraine over the weekend, including children, officials said, and dozens more people were injured. At least 4 people were killed overnight into Monday, officials added. Russia has been intensifying its aerial bombardment of Ukraine as international pressures mount on Putin to agree to the ceasefire plan, which has the backing. So he's making a statement that, if you don't negotiate to my favor, I could actually care less. You know, that the ball is in your court. That's the statement he's making. Better yield to him, or he's going to do what he wants to do, which is to take over.
You know, people like
Talk to me.
people like Putin don't like to be controlled. So once Trump is beginning to come as, oh, I can tell this guy what to do and he will listen to me, that's where he messes the whole thing up. Putin's gonna be like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Who gave you the idea that you can tell me what to do and I'll do it? Like, this guy's living in his own world. So
Yeah.
it's just messed up.
Yeah, he's gonna learn the hard way, you know, because I don't think Putin is not about to play his games. I think Zelensky, right? Zelensky, the best thing would have been that Trump maintained a position that we will come for you if you don't cease fire. So we would like to talk. But he needed to be clear that, no, we're taking sides with Zelensky. Okay? At least he needed to look like that. But it's been looking for months. It's been looking like for months that he's not, like, he's willing to take sides with Russia. Like he's in the middle. Like he's not taking a position. So of course, that's weakness as far as Putin can see. He's going to take advantage of that. You know. But let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your thoughts are. I think again, I'm going to ask the same question I asked earlier on when I covered Trump with regards to the digital equity. Is Trump insane or ignorant? That's the question for this one. Is Trump insane or
Ignorant? Ignorant.
Let me know what the rest of you think, you know, because ignorance is very costly. It's going to cost all of us, you know. So let me know what the rest of you guys think. Hit the like button. We have another story. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. I'll be right back.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up with a
coaching, consulting, and
Welcome back. Let's listen to the EFCC.
Benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt.
Now, my last question, because I know this won't be my last interview with you.
FREEVDM, very dark man. Why is really being
Martins
investigated?
Ose, who goes by the moniker or the nickname Very Dark Man. What really is the matter that the FCC has with this boy? Because for many Nigerians, they think the FCC is being used to silence opposition, to silence those who speak for the Nigerian people. What really, and he too has come out of interrogation saying all kinds of things. What really is the case that you have against him?
Thank you, sir. I don't know why Nigerians are making mountain out of a molehill. Between the time I assumed office and now, we have opened over 5,000 case files.
Shots
over
fired.
5,000 case files.
Shots fired.
The high, the mighty, the mediocre, the low, the poor, the rich. So I don't know why the issue of Vincent, the video, I don't know why it has become a national issue.
Shots
And
fired.
I give you a background to it. We received petition, about 4, on that young man, written against him.
4 petitions,
And
right?
for like 5 months, we have been carrying out our preliminary investigation without inviting him, knowing the kind of person he is. He's out there, he has followers and all of that. Even though, like I said, the law is no respecter of anybody. Now, if I can bring in West governors, ministers, people who are serving, people who are in private sector and public sector, I don't know what is special about anybody that we cannot bring in. So based on that...
All right, so basically what he's saying is that this young man is inconsequential. Why are you making us talk about this guy? Like, are you serious? But anyway, Very Dark Man had something to say. He's just saying there's allegations or petitions against him, and they plan to get to the bottom of it, right? But let's see what Very Dark Man had to say about this, shall we?
All right, so update on EFCC. During the protests, when I was locked up, EFCC arrested 5 persons for protesting. I don't know if not the job of EFCC to arrest protesters, but I see it as oppression and abuse of power. So far, so good. They've released 3 persons. It's remaining 1 person. According to them, they say they see something incriminating for the boy account. Initially, they say all the people they arrest, they see something for their hand. Now they don't release 3 people. They don't see anything for their hand. Now they can't stand on 1 person. Do you understand? Say they see something for your hand. Not just that. They say even the guy where they arrest me with, say they see something inside your phone that they will be charged to court. No wala. We'll go to the court. Do you understand? Now, the people that have been released, I have sent them 1 million naira each, as you can see on my screen, and I put the remark from VDM, sorry for the EFCC oppression, because it is oppression, nothing more. Now, when I did get this from them, they said EFCC, the staff of EFCC there.
All right. So I just wanted to play that so that you don't say I don't post all the good work that VDM is doing. As you can see, he sent 1 million naira to a bunch of strangers. I don't know if they're strangers, but guys were arrested. But so that's not what he said to the EFCC with regards to what EFCC said. This is actually what he said to the EFCC with regard to what they said. Let's listen in.
Nigeria, the whole Nigerians know that, and we said there is no one that is above the law. We are nobody should go and condemn Tom Polo for the allegation. It's a mere allegation for now. So when it comes, we will look at it. We have subjected the video to forensic analysis because we have to do that. Because these days too, people can impose, but we have subjected it. We have invited him. Not until we conclude the case. We cannot say Tom Polo is guilty or not. We must give every Nigerian fair hearing.
On benefit of.
All right, so you heard the EFCC chairman. He said we must give every Nigerian a fair hearing based on the Tom Polo case. But my own, you people conspired with GT Bank to kidnap me. You traumatized my mother. You promised to shoot my friend. Up till now, you still have my phone. You still have the car I drove that day for no reason. There's no charge. You didn't show me no petition, nothing. And I just carry me. At this point, I feel like it's my phone that is you people's problem. But it's fine, but now everybody deserves hearing. Now Tom Polo, like I said, Tom Polo is my person, right? Based on I see him as in a spiritual level, right? And I go to their festival well. Like I said before, you see this issue of Naira spraying. I say it will rubbish the name of EFCC. It will finish them. It will finish you people. Now, Okoya children, we know hear from them. I reach there and they give me excuse. That they did not spray. This and that. That one don't pass.
MOP, we can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, sorry. Thank you for that. Again, let me repeat what I just said. Let me say, okay. My understanding is that the EFCC and the Okoya thing, Okoya was actually invited, and they've ironed it out, similar to what they did with the chief priest. I do agree that the whole Naira thing is just ridiculous, right? I agree with that, But I want to go back to the $1 million Naira that this guy has been giving out. I want to go back to that. I want to hear your opinion on that, Natu. And also, with regards to this,
what do you think? What do you mean the 1 million naira?
He was giving 1 million naira away to all the people that got arrested with him at the bank. And he said in the commentary, so from VDM, apologies for the EFCC harassment, something like that, to that effect.
Okay.
Right? So he's sending money to people. He has money now. See, he has debt, but he has money at the same time, right? So he's being investigated. He didn't really tell us much, but bottom line is that he's being harassed because he's investigated, right? But he's also claiming that he has moles inside of EFCC, and I think that's some of the things that the EFCC is saying. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit more of the EFCC, right? See, I want you to help me. Maybe you can extract out of it because he was shooting fire. All kind of shot fire, it's better said that way, right? Against VDM, as in like it's inconsequential as far as the EFCC is concerned. But yet, it's loud, right? So I have to ask them the same question that VDM is asking. Like, do they not have better things to do, right? Than all this Naira mutilation nonsense or chasing after VDM. Now, if there are actual real petitions against VDM, I think some of those petitions might be the Yabo Joes, the D1s, some of the atrocity he caused himself. Because nobody caused this for him. He caused it to himself, right? In the name of he's doing all this good. I painted the picture of the good he's doing. He's sending money to people. So the same question goes to EFCC, but I want you to listen carefully now to this. Maybe you can help me extract why they are investigating, because the Baba is supposed to be telling us why they're investigating him. I'll play another 1 minute of it.
We are through with our preliminary investigation, and we feel he had questions to answer. We brought him in to answer the questions.
He was kidnapped.
And when he got there, we had legitimate court order to detain him, because there was no way we would be through with the interrogation, within a day. But there are so many legs to the investigation, so many legs. And we granted him bail. I directed that they should give him bail the following day. He was given bail. And eventually we released him after some days here. Investigation still continues. I don't want to say much about that. And when we are through with our investigation, if he has a case to answer in court, he will be made to answer a case in court. And if he doesn't have a case to answer in court, so be it. But as
all right.
A weapon of defeat. Anyone that tries to destroy you will destroy himself or herself. The one who defended Joseph will defend you this month. The keeper of Israel will keep you this month. The protector of the saint will protect you this month. I pray for all the works of your hand, you will prosper.
Natu, problem what?
I don't think there's a problem. I don't think there's a problem.
Did you find out yet why?
No, I didn't find out yet, because the case is still being investigated and they cannot say some things. That's what happens when you're doing investigations.
Okay.
Okay. So number two is that man is a pastor and he also has a 9 to 5. So he's not going to be the same person when he's at his pastoral work and when he's a 9 to 5. You got to act professional in all fields. So yeah. So he's just doing what he's supposed to do in the office, and he's supposed to do what he's supposed to do in the church. I don't see any conflict there. I think people are trying to say what he says because they're probably trying to say that they are going for very dark man. The guy is innocent. One thing I can tell you that you can't tell when somebody's innocent or not.
Let me ask you this question. Do you trust Nigerians? Because I want to bring in Mercy Chinwo, because I think her petition is probably one of those. Do you
trust Nigerians?
Do you trust Nigerians to not leverage their influences to commit conflict of interest?
No.
This guy is a pastor. A bunch of bosses in the Ilorin, they are pastors, right?
Okay.
And this whole thing is all interwoven at the end of the day, right?
Okay.
And what if they don't have a full-blown investigation completed? Why did they pick him up? They pick him up. It's literally kidnapping, but they call it pick him up. I guess that's how they do in Nigeria, right? You put a bag over people's head and you take them to nowhere until they find out that they're in the EFCC custody, right?
So I'm gonna tell you what I feel from what I saw and what I heard. Like I've always said all the time, you used to tell us, and I always make reference to you, being good is not enough.
Yeah.
Have skills.
Absolutely.
So the people that are coming out and saying, oh, this guy is doing good work, we are not seeing what he's doing. If you are a thief and you're using the money to do good work, it doesn't balance. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're buying all the stuff that your family need and you're buying everything, you're making your wife comfortable, you still going and beat her, it's not balance.
Yeah.
So, like we used to say all the time, he's doing amazing work that we can't take away from him. But you see that talk that he talks anyhow and too much, that's what's getting him in trouble.
So you think it's about the idea that he keeps talking against EFCC?
It's about, I mean, that's why we keep saying have skills. We're not saying don't talk against EFCC, but you should know when to talk and how to say about it. And I'm not saying you should sugarcoat anything. But you see that one that you come and say, oh, I have informant in EFCC. Even the informant now is scared to give you information. Are you going to give them job if they fire them?
Yeah.
Let's just be honest about it. Are you going to give me a job if they hire me? So no. So that's not the problem. If I'm giving you information, what excuse me, what I want or what I believe that you should do for me is that if they come and hold you on your neck and say, who is giving information for EFCC? I will say nobody. There are a lot of stuff that I've not been able to discuss with people because of the person that has given me the information. I don't want to say, see the person that's giving me information. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because of that trust that we have. So you see, the day he made that statement about, oh, I have informant here, that thing just turned me off. I'm like, bro, this is much more. This looks more of kiss and tell.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I think he's a manipulator still. See, I was nice for the most of this segment.
Always. Always.
So I was nice. I tried to be objective, but I am biased. Or I might be considered. I'm not biased, but I might be considered biased against VDM.
We have a guy in Kaduna. His name is Ryan Box. He's an on-air personality. He does a lot of things that VDM does. The only thing that is that he doesn't have mouth like VDM. He doesn't
So it's not attacking people's personally.
No.
He's not attacking Abike Dabiri personally. He's not attacking persons.
No.
He's attacking the systems and the issues in the systems.
Exactly. God will bless you. Oh, no, go spoil.
Yeah.
If in Kaduna, if you have anything going on and you need quick solution, they'll say send it to Ryan Box.
Yeah.
Even if it's police case, once Ryan Box posts it, DPO will call Ryan Box and say, what do you need me to do? What help do you need? Do you understand what I'm saying? If police are wrong, you're like, this system where police get to, this one are saying they do like this, like, it no do. If you not do like this, it go better. Police will call him.
Yeah.
I'm telling they will call him. So it's just
Yeah, he's gonna learn the hard way. Because honestly, all the good work he's doing, I'm conflicted. I'm in between when it comes to
Yes.
because
I keep saying to people all the time.
Yeah, I'm a little conflicted because he wouldn't have gotten all this attention that he has without all those attacks. Okay, but also, the other side of it is that if he had, like I said on the last time I covered him, I said, hey, it's time to slow down on the personal attacks. You've gotten all this attention now. Slow down, especially if you're mingling with people that also have their hands dirty. They're not clean, as I mean. Let me say they are not perfect, right? If you are mingling with the Davidos, that means you probably won't attack Davido's uncle because of default bias, right? You wouldn't want to attack Davido's uncle if he does something wrong, right? That means you'll be skipping any story that looks like it's against him or he's not doing the right thing. And there's enough people in that system that Very Dark Man will avoid not talking about them. So when he says integrity, how far exactly is it going? At this point, it's time to chill, relax. We don't need your integrity, but we can use your voice.
In all these attacks that he's doing, in all these attacks that he's doing, I don't see him attacking Northerners. How many Northerners have you seen him attack?
That's another angle. See? So he's biased. So he can't claim this absolute integrity thing that's claiming, and you definitely can use sending money to randoms to claim that. That's just manipulation, if anything. Okay, we don't need to send money to people. You don't need to be buying people's affection. It's lame behavior to be buying people's affection. Instead, you have a platform now, okay, which is a beautiful thing that he has that level of voice. All they need to do is say, well. And then there's a certain percentage of that platform that will say, we're getting behind this, right? That's all he needs to do. He might not get the same amount of attention if he slows down on the attack, but he has a baseline that he will have now because people are following him and they like him. But I have a feeling that people like him, their coconut head is no be here, right? He might self-destruct before he listens because that's part of who he is. He's too emotional. He needs to control that. Thank you, Nato. I appreciate you for joining the conversation. I appreciate everybody in the chat for joining the conversation. Thank you to Chidima, Natu, Marriott, Kemi
Marriott
was
is out
here.
in full force today.
Yes, Marriott is she's on holiday. Everybody's on holiday. So, but keep in mind, guys, we'll be here.
Marriott is the leader of the chat box.
Yeah. Between her and Marriott, right? Between her and Marriott, yes, yep. Let me see. I want to make sure I'm mentioning all the names. Tonya was here as well. Everybody's probably at work too, but I'll be here, entertaining, educating, all of that at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time every day. And what happened to your link? Did you drop
What
off?
did you say? What's the time now? 12? Yes, I dropped off by mistake.
Oh, 12 noon. 12 noon and 12 noon every day. 12 to
Why? What happened?
tops. What happened? What do you mean what happened?
You changed time from 5 to 12.
Yeah, we're doing middays now, midday shows. It's a lot more easier, and the algorithms are telling me to go live at that time.
Oh,
so
okay.
we're following it. Yep.
Oh, okay.
All right. And honestly, I think it will be good. So we'll see how it goes. Unless I'm on site, then we'll be live 12 noon every day covering the trendy topics.
Okay, no one.
Thank you, Natu.
I have a good one. Enjoy the holiday.
Yeah, everybody, thank you so much. Go in the chat, download the books, manofprestige.com, download the books. I will link up the real estate book once I'm done with this right now. Hopefully you've been enlightened, educated. We'll see you at the very top. Bye now.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up with another.